It took me nearly 35 years to learn this, and I want to share it with you so you can start transforming your life today and not in 10 or 20 or 30 years. Imagine unlocking a new perspective that could change your life today. Hi, my name is Matilda and welcome to my channel. So for most of my life, I have never felt content. Happiness? Sure, I have experienced happy moments, but contentment, that deep, lasting peace with who I am and where I'm at, has always been elusive. I constantly feel like I need more money, more achievements, more beauty, just more. Have you ever felt that way? No matter what you achieve, it's never quite enough. As heavy as that sounds, let me try to explain this. Just yesterday, it hit me. I have always tied my self-worth to external factors. How skinny I was, how much money I made, how pretty I looked. I truly believed that once I hit certain milestones, I would finally feel fulfilled. If I lost 10 pounds, I would be happy. If I finished my studies, I would be happy. If I made more money, I would definitely be happy. But here is the truth. I got super skinny and still wasn't happy. Instead, I thought, maybe I just need to lose a little bit more weight. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe 10 pounds just isn't enough. The problem wasn't a number on the scale. It was my mindset. You see the photo over here? This was supposed to be the before picture. This was supposed to be before my drastic weight loss. That realization is terrifying. Also, the things that I tried to change was my hair. As you can see, I have a curly hair, and we learn from the movies and TV shows, it's always the before that has the curly hair. The nerd gets a transformation, and weirdly, the curly hair gets straightened, and now she's pretty. Also, hair color. My hair has always been dark, and I tried so hard to make it lighter, so much so that I bleached it so it fried off and I needed to cut it short, and that did not help the case at all. Even when I'm happy having curly hair, it's never curly enough. The curls are not defined enough, and it's just never enough. This is a bit embarrassing to admit, but I have always wanted to be famous. I dreamt of being a movie star, basking in fame and fortune. I did land a few small roles, but they just never felt like enough. They were just stepping stones to the greatness I imagined I was heading towards to. A greatness that I was so sure that would make me finally feel fulfilled. I craved all the nice things, clothes, makeup, anything that would make me feel prettier. I spent so much money on outfits that I would never end up wearing because I didn't have the confidence to actually wear them. I bought skincare products that I actually didn't need because my skin was already pretty good. But I just thought that the perfect skin was the key to success. For the longest time, I stopped doing anything unless it had a clear payoff in money or in status. I abandoned drawing, something that I used to love doing. Exercise became a punishment. It was solely about changing my body, not being healthy, just changing it. Food became a tool, not for nourishment, but for chasing the beauty standards. I worked 70 hours per week only to find my bank account perpetually empty because no purchase would fill that void that I had inside. So I just kept buying more, thinking that the last thing that I bought wasn't the answer, so maybe the next thing is. I blew ridiculous amounts of money on personal trainers and trips just for the perfect photos to post on social media. But I was too stressed about the pictures and how they came out that I just totally forgot to enjoy the experience. Can you relate to this feeling? Doing things not because they bring you joy, but because you hope they look good from the outside. And every time I didn't make it when I got rejected for a role, when my post didn't get enough likes, when I didn't go viral, I told myself it's because I'm not pretty enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not creative enough. The joy I once felt from creating vanished. It was replaced by stress and self-doubt. I wasn't doing anything that made me happy. I didn't even know what that was anymore. I had spent so much time trying to be someone else. I had no idea who I was anymore. And I still don't. I honestly don't know what I like, what I dislike. What are my opinions? What are my boundaries? I have no idea. Let me share a quick story here that puts everything on perspective. My grandmother was the life of a party, so vibrant, always surrounded by friends. My grandfather, on the other hand, was the polar opposite. He was quiet and introspective, deeply engrossed in his research on various different religious topics. I always thought that my grandmother would definitely outlive my grandfather, simply because of her zest in life. But when all of her friends passed away, she grew deeply depressed and followed them shortly after. I assumed that my grandfather wouldn't be far behind. After all, couples married for decades often don't live long without each other. But he surprised us all and lived almost 10 years after that. And now I get it. My grandmother's happiness was tied to the people around her, while my grandfather found fulfillment in his own passions, regardless of external circumstances. And that hit me hard. I had a loving partner, a job, and a beautiful baby boy, but inside I just felt empty. I realized now that these feelings stem from deep-rooted insecurities I have carried since childhood. I was constantly reminded that I wasn't good enough and I wasn't pretty enough. And I was constantly being compared to other people. This person is doing this so much better than you. I was never good at anything. At best, I was average. And being an actress, I felt like would give me the time in the spotlight. It would make people see me and it would make people tell me that I was good at something. I just really wanted to be heard and seen. I was so shy. I was in fact so shy that I would not even speak. And that made everything a lot worse, I think. And the thing I craved most was to be pretty. I felt like being pretty would solve all my problems. But chasing that illusion only made me feel worse about myself. And the irony in this, I don't judge other people based on their looks or their status. I see beauty in everyone. It's heartbreaking that I couldn't see it in myself. But here is the turning point. I finally understand that my worth isn't tied to money, looks, or status. I'm worthy just by existing. And while shifting that mindset is incredibly tough, it is the path that I'm committed to now. I am on a mission to find happiness, real internal happiness. And that means stepping back from social media, at least for a while. It has brought me enough stress, and to truly glow, I need to focus inward. I'll still be filming and editing because I love it. At least I used to love it, but I won't be posting. At least not for now. And here is what I want to leave you with. You don't have to wait 35 years to realize this. You are already enough. You don't need to lose weight, gain followers, or buy more stuff. It's there right now, just as you are. Until I will be back, keep growing and remember, you are enough, just as you are.